Hello and welcome to a brand new episode on Inspirational Brands Make in India. This is Sama Sabeen. Today we bring you a story from the land of five rivers, Punjab. As we continue on our journey across the country, bringing you stories of companies helping some of the most exciting businesses that are contributing towards the Make in India dream of PM Narendra Modi.
Trident Group is an Indian business conglomerate headquartered in Ludhiana, Punjab. The group operates in four major business segments: paper, yarn, home textiles and chemicals. Trident is one of the largest yarn spinners in India, one of the world's largest terry towel manufacturers and the world's largest wheat straw-based paper manufacturer. Trident Limited, the flagship company of the group, has its customer base in over 100 countries across 6 continents. With a compounded annual growth rate of more than 30%, Trident has established itself as one of the fastest growing groups in India. Rajendra Gupta is a first-generation entrepreneur with a rich and varied experience of promoting various industrial ventures over the last 3 decades. Let's find out his inspiring story.
Welcome to Inspirational Brands Make in India, RG. It's a pleasure having you here. Can you take us through the initial few years of your company and how has business changed for you since the beginning and now?
Well, it's a very long journey for 40 years. I belong to a very humble family, self-made, and I think the Indian ecosystem was so great where the startups was there also when you could start from nowhere. If you ask me very personal, I started business as an occupation.
Okay.
For earning. Then I become passionate to do the best. Now my inspiration is how to change the lives of people, how to engage more people, how to make them more happy, and how to really create a good surroundings where especially women empowerment and the creation of wealth should take place instead of accumulation of wealth.
Okay. Archie, your views on the Make in India initiative?
Oh, it's a great initiative. I think we all got a lot of pride. It has really changed India for emerging as the new destination for industrialization. Today we are the most favored destination for larger technologies, big investments in every arena. So I think we had made a brand out of that, and it's going to help in many ways.
And how is your company helping or contributing towards Make in India?
Government is helping us. Government is I think we are too small to help the government. Rather, government is helping us. They are encouraging. Their systems are getting more simpler. What we call ease of doing business. And today the availability of the technology, the ease of doing business, availability of resources, rather more transparency is being happening.
So Archie, what is the brand philosophy at Trident Group?
As a brand, we had a very common, very clear-cut philosophy. We don't mean brand as a cost to a consumer. We said the cost should be a trusted one. The most trusted brand, it may be by product, by service, or by behavior. So we practically are working towards building a trust among the consumer, among the whosoever is dealing with us. That's a philosophy. But that brand should not have additional cost to a consumer.
So Archie, how does Trident stay ahead of competition?
We do try to always be as good as the competition. Sometimes we try to be better than the competition. I think the mantra is your technology, which you call a hardware, and of course the people working behind the software, and again the philosophies of the organization.
So on this note, let's take a look at the paper manufacturing business under the Trident Group.
Trident is the world's largest wheat straw-based paper producer. The company draws 15% of its paper segment revenues from exports across 50 countries in the Middle East, Africa, United States, Latin America and the United Kingdom, with 6 well-established brands in the copier paper segment: Trident Royal Touch, Trident Spectra, Trident Eco Green, Trident My Choice, Trident Natural and Trident DigiPrint, Trident is among the leading copier paper suppliers in terms of market share in India.
We produce our paper from wheat straw, which is not a conventional raw material, and we don't produce a normal paper. There was a 5 years, 10 years ago, we used to produce only maplitho paper, but now we have added value addition in that, and we are producing now copier paper with this. 50 to 60% of our capacity is producing copier, and we are targeting 70% capacity in 2 years from now.
So we just got a glimpse about your paper manufacturing facility. Now let's talk a bit about numbers. What is the annual turnover of the company, and how many people are directly, indirectly employed with the Trident Group?
Group as a whole, if all put together, we'll touch $1 billion this year, and hopefully, if everything goes well, we could do $1.5 billion next year as a turnover. And the families, directly, indirectly, I think all put together, more than 25,000 families will be engaged with us, directly, indirectly. And this year our slogan is Khushi Pehle, Khushali Baad Mein. So people working with us should be happier. They should work for happiness, not for prosperity. The prosperity will follow. The productivity can follow later, but they should be happy before.
Archie, can you give us an overview of your export capacity?
In towels, we are almost like 90% exports. In the home textiles, our aim is to touch $1 billion in the next calendar year. Yarn is about 40% and paper is about 20%. So if all goes well, and
where all do you export?
Our major market is at the moment the US, because the retail is very much matured and stabilized, followed by Europe, then rest of the world and Middle East.
Okay.
The domestic market, we are proving ourselves. In paper, we really did wonderfully good in establishing a brand. Vision Spectra, My Choice, we are almost the only one company which makes the A4 paper, printing paper from an agro waste, not without, it's a wood-free paper. And in towels and bed sheets and yarn, we are gradually making our footprints. It will take a while. It will take a while.
Archie, what is your marketing and advertising mantra?
If you see any of our ad, they're not loud. They're humble. They're simple. Yet had an anchor, yet has some attraction. My own view is a viewer will not spend more than 20 seconds or 30 seconds on an ad. One has to say anything. One has to find that can he really say in that 20 seconds. And we really don't talk about the product much. I think we talk more of the philosophy for the product than the product itself.
So Archie, with cotton prices soaring high, how are you going to turn the tide in your favor?
The textile business, especially the spinning, was more like a hedging business. That you used to have a cotton, stock it, hedge it, and that becomes in a bottom line.
So Archie, can you tell us how the Indian consumer has evolved with his or her choice when it comes to bed linen and bathware?
Indian consumer is very mature.
Okay.
Very sensible, very decisive, and eye for detail. If I take a longer time, nobody could ever believe the international credit card. When the survey was done, somebody told you can't sell more than 3,000 international credit cards. So you can well imagine how many there are. So housing, style of living, the ability to earn, the youngsters moving to urban and semi-urban areas, and they're knowledgeable, they're sensible. So I think their demand to quality and demand to uses is as good as any other mature customers.
So Archie, with cotton prices soaring high, how are you going to turn the tide in your favor?
It's a very, very valid question. Many years ago, or maybe decades ago, the textile business, especially spinning, was more like a hedging business. That you used to have a cotton, stock it, hedge it, and that becomes in a bottom line. Now, the correlation between the cotton yarn and end product has, from last 5 years, this correlation is not there. So practically the value add, if you, let's say example, if you are making yarn, your correlation to cotton and the end product is about 60% is raw material cost.
Wow.
If you're making a home textile, the input cost become the stress becomes to 40-45%. If it's a branded, it can become to 30%. Practically one has to see that either what is the cost component to revenue of your raw material.
So before we move further, let's find out how the Trident Group has weaved every thread into success.
Trident has one of the largest cotton yarn spinning capacities in India with 5.55 lakh spindles capable of producing 9,600 metric tons per month of cotton and blended yarn. The company has imported state-of-the-art machinery from Reiter, Switzerland, Murata, Japan, Zinsser, Germany and Savio, Italy, besides LMW India, and boasts of a wide product basket across cotton yarn, blended yarn, special open-ended and other specialized yarns, organic cotton and spun yarn categories.
We are making 100% terry towel in this plant. We have a state-of-the-art technology across the globe, and we have a capacity of almost 4 lakh pieces per day. We have technologies from Savio, from Kalmaier, from Toyota, from Behringer, from Shimale, from Texpa.
We are producing 100% compact yarn, which is basically a premium segment of yarn used in the niche segment of market, wherever the quality requirements are very high.
So moving on to the next question, Archie, can you give us an overview of your manufacturing capabilities in India?
I can humbly say that we had one of the best technologies in the country in terms of spinning. We're the largest spindle under one roof in the world. We had the most advanced towel plant, which is almost a kilometer long. People say that it is one of the world's best plant, and in textile, in home textile also, bed sheeting, we can proudly say till today we had the best technology.
Can you please tell us a bit about your CSR activities?
I should not brag, we are one of the best employers for women. Some of the philosophies, like if somebody is a single earner in the family, like a female, she gets additional income as a bonus, she gets more leaves.
Wow.
Anybody who doesn't take any kind of intoxications, their family is being medical to education borne by an organization. We adopted a couple of villages in MP and Punjab both. We are working with some of the females of many villages where our waste go as a raw material to them free of cost. We help them in producing the product and then being sold by us. And there are on health issues, education issues, child education.
We also got in touch with one of the beneficiaries from the Asmita program. She thoroughly defines the saying, "Nothing is impossible in life."
Hi, my name is Meeta. I've been working in Trident since the last 3.5 years. My routine involves getting up in the morning at 3:30, making breakfast and lunch for my family. Then I get dressed and take the 4:45 bus from my home to reach Trident by 7 o'clock. After completing my work day, I take the evening bus again and reach at home by around 6:30 p.m. Then completing the household chores and everything, I sleep by around 10:30 at night. I'm supporting my parents who are quite old, and I'm a single parent to a son who's 16 years old, and he's currently pursuing non-medical +2. As I'm a sole earner for my family, and by associating myself with the sole earner initiative of Trident under Asmita, I know that the whole Trident family is with me through extra bonus that I'll receive on Diwali, which will be a huge financial help to my family, and through extra leaves that I know that I can avail at the time of any family emergency. I'm very thankful to Trident Group.
Archie, how important is R&D for your business?
R&D used to be important for us, and we used to invest in terms of either a capex or opex, or having people, either we used to get aligned with one of the best institutes of the country, like sometimes the IIT or something, so international or national. Today, R&D has taken one more fold, especially in our kind of business, we call a product development. So R&D and design and processes become where they start developing a new product. Practically, R&D has taken a step forward. In one, R&D is in terms of the process improvements, like the manufacturing, we call it business process engineering. Second, R&D is basically how you really ensure that you are working more sustainability, working towards sustainability. So there are three sets of things which are, now R&D is a much older word, so where you have to work on various facets of in manufacturing.
All right. What are your views on sustainable business and how important it is in today's time?
Our new plant in Budni has a zero discharge. Entire water is being recycled, being reused into the process again. Yes, we are still not at the potable level, but they are less than a potable level. It can be used for agriculture purposes. All the chemicals are being, and then we're working with all our chemical suppliers where it should be non-toxic. In paper, we are using agro-based, which is like a waste on agro, we are not using wood. So this has given a lot of support to the farmers, which are burning all their
tons of,
and a lot of smokes used to be there, a lot of environment. So it is being now, rather Delhi used to see a blackout for lending in those areas. So that they are consuming is getting additional income to that. In terms of dyes and chemicals, we are working towards non-toxic, more natural. In terms of water, we are looking for zero discharge or reusable. In terms of power and energy, if I see my last 5 years, the consumption of energy, power and steam put together has gone half by new technologies, by heat exchangers, by efficient way of doing it. Assumingly, if I use 100 units 5 years ago for the same productivity or same production, today is 50 units. But on the nutshell, the consumption of energy in steam and power has gone half in last 5 years. The water usage has almost gone half in many areas, and zero on all the new technologies. And in terms of the chemicals and dyes, very consistent that they should not be toxic in any nature.
So before we move further, here's a look into Trident's home textile landscape.
Trident has emerged as one of the largest integrated home textile manufacturers of the world and is associated with global retail brands including Ralph Lauren, Calvin Klein, JCPenney, IKEA, Target, Walmart, Macy's, Kohl's, Sears, Sam's Club, Burlington, etc. The company has frequently received accolades from its patrons for delivering high-quality standards and for their customer-centric approach. They have the capacity to produce 360 million pieces of towels and 1 million pieces of bathrobes annually.
See, we at Trident are focusing on systems and processes. So all along, whatever we give emphasis to that, and our focus is to deliver best and best services to the customer. So in entire journey, quality and lead time is our focus, prime focus, and that is what we will give as an edge to the customer to meet their requirement and give them a best of the satisfaction.
Archie, you have a wonderful collection when it comes to home textile. Archie, my last question to you, where do you see your company and your business heading from now?
Well, everybody carries a dream. I think our aim is that we should be a $5 billion company by next 5 years. More than that, we should be a family of more than 50,000 families should be gathered together to enjoy the prosperity of that.
Archie, thank you so much for joining us on Inspirational Brands Make in India. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors. So we call it a wrap on this episode of Inspirational Brands Make in India. Join us again next time as we decode the success mantra of another inspiring brand. Until then, thanks for watching and goodbye.